What's up, everyone? You watching Only Our Nick Java podcast here on YouTube. I drop content daily. Guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell, and you'll get my daily updates, podcasts, and videos. Guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into today's video. Senator John Kennedy is one of my favorite politicians when it comes to just the American shebang of politics. He's got a way with words. And guys, we're going to jump into this. This video is from Forbes. John Kennedy, Putin makes Jeffrey Dahmer look like Mother Teresa.
Let's get into it.
Because time's short.
President Trump said yesterday that Ukraine...
Who are you?
I'm Jay with ABC.
Hey, Jay.
President Trump said yesterday that Ukraine was responsible for its own invasion. What's your reaction when you hear that?
Well, there have been some headlines this morning that were written by somebody who's obviously started day drinking again, saying that I had broken with the president. There's nothing to break with the president on. We don't have a settlement to Ukraine yet.
Right.
With Ukraine yet. What I do believe is this, and to the extent the White House thinks otherwise, I disagree with them. They're entitled to their opinion. I'm entitled to mine. I do not think that Ukraine started the war.
Right.
I think.
Then why is the president saying that?
Mr. ABC, if you want to talk to me, you're going to let me finish. Okay. If you want
to good for you, man.
You get in. Okay. Number one, I think that I hate it when you guys do that. I really do. It's very rude. It's very rude.
Yeah, that is not going to take too much time on this, but I don't know why these quote unquote reporters always want to interrupt you when you're asking a question. It's so freaking annoying. It's one reason I don't always debate people a lot anymore. They want to talk over you when you start making a point. It is very annoying, especially when you are a senator like John Kennedy and trying to answer everybody's questions.
Number one, to the extent that the White House is suggesting that Russia started the war, or to the extent that the let me go to another question. You're done. You had your shot. You missed.
Elon Musk said he wanted to think about the idea of a Doge dividend. Of
I don't want to talk about Doge yet. Somebody asked me a question about Ukraine other than this guy.
Do you think Ukraine is responsible at all in the way that?
Here's what I think. There was a headline this morning that I disagreed with. It was written by somebody who either is not a journalist or he's day drinking again, saying that I'd broken with the White House. There's nothing to break with the White House over because we don't yet have a settlement on Ukraine.
Right.
Here's where I disagree with the White House. To the extent that the White House said that Ukraine started the war.
Right.
I disagree.
Right.
I think Vladimir Putin started the war.
Yeah.
I also believe, through bitter experience, that Vladimir Putin is a gangster. He's a gangster with a black heart. He makes Jeffrey Dahmer look like Mother Teresa. He has Stalin's taste for blood.
Yeah, he does.
And as I've said in another context, I trust this guy like I trust gas stations sushi. You can't trust him. Now, having said that, we're going to have a settlement. We've always known we were going to have a settlement in Ukraine. Our job, and I think this is where the president's headed, is to get a settlement that lifts up Ukraine, lifts up Europe, lifts up America and the West, and diminishes Vladimir Putin. So he's not inclined to do this again.
So can I ask a question?
Sure you can.
I'm Siobhan Kennedy from Channel 4 News
I
in
like your
the UK.
name.
Yeah. Why is
from
it?
the UK?
Yes.
Cool place.
Why is it then that President Trump is happy to criticize President Zelenskyy but will not say a single word against President Putin?
I've heard him be very critical of President Putin before.
Yeah, he has been.
I mean, I may be around him more than you, but I've heard him be very critical. But to answer your question specifically, you'll have to ask him.
But are you happy when you hear him criticize? I mean, how does it make you feel?
You know, I'm an optimist. I'm a paranoid optimist, but I try not to let this place get to me. I'm hardly ever unhappy.
But is he right to trust
One
Putin?
last thing on that.
I think I answered your question.
One last thing on that, Senator.
He's good, man.
In response, said that it was disinformation what the president was saying. He was also not a part of these negotiations. Is this to the detriment?
I don't want to get between President Zelensky and President Trump. I never get between a dog and a fire hydrant, man. That's the way I live my life. I think they're both good men. I think they both want the same thing, and I think we will get there. But put this in context. There is no settlement yet. I think there will be one, and if there isn't one, we're going to have to. If there's not a good one for Ukraine and the West and America, we're going to have to ratchet up the pressure. I mean, here's the way I look at it. I don't want America to be the world's policeman. I don't. Facts. But I don't want Vladimir Putin to be the world's policeman either.
Right.
And I'm convinced that that President Xi in China and Vladimir Putin and the Ayatollah in Iran are working together. And their goal is to have Putin dominate Central and Eastern Europe, have the Ayatollah dominate the Middle East, and have China dominate the Indo-Pacific, Sub-Saharan Africa, and Latin America.
Senator Kennedy talking to reporters on Capitol Hill regarding Trump saying that Volodymyr Zelenskyy actually started the war there. You know, Americans know Zelenskyy did not start the war there. And, you know, this is Trump's negotiating tactics. I don't particularly agree. I'm not like bought and sold by one party. I don't particularly agree with, you know, Trump's the way he's going about that particular part of it. But I do think like Kennedy said, he's ratcheting up the pressure when it comes to actually trying to get this war closed down to an end. You know, guys, they're in talks of, I don't know if you guys know what he's mentioning when he's saying the settlement. Ukraine has minerals there that could pay back the American people. The American taxpayer dollars is going to fund this war for Ukraine against Russia. So basically what Trump wants to do is get access to those minerals so that they can get that money coming back to the United States that we spent on the Ukraine war when they were fighting Russia. So we'll see how that goes. I'm with Senator John Kennedy on this one. You know, it's a dirty game, man. And, you know, these things that happen, you know, Trump has a way. He's a art of war type guy, man. We'll see how it pans out. What do you guys think in the comments? I hope you guys have a blessed day. Take care. One love, man.